It's back. Paint and body is done. This past Thursday, I drove up to Adrian, Texas to Dreammaker Station. The center point of Route 66 and picked up my car. Jason Snyder and his wife Kelly and family friend Josh, they knocked this thing out of the park. They created these fender flares from scratch, fitted the top, fitted the trunk lid, obviously painted it this absolutely gorgeous blue and put the white roundels on it. And it just looks absolutely incredible. Let me go around and I can show you some of the differences, because you're probably noticing this probably doesn't look like the normal 427 cars or the Shelby Cobra cars that you're used to. Mainly the back end looks totally different. So let me go around and show you some of the differences. So the easiest way to tell a small block car from a big block car is usually the front grille area. As you can see, this sort of has the half oval front grille opening, which is a telltale sign that it's a small block car. And if you move around to the side, obviously this car didn't have drivetrain in it yet or exhaust built, but the exhaust is going to go underneath the car, where the 427 cars, right below the side gills, there's a cutout for the side exhaust, or at least for the SC cars, the semi-comp cars. As we move to the back, you'll see that this one has the flat fender flares, which is sort of a pre-1965 design. So in 1965, they went to the FIA/big block cars, and they're what's considered a wide hip car, where the early cars before 1965, most of the grassroots racers or the team cars, all they did was just hammer out the aluminum to give the fender flare so they could put a wider tire on it to meet regulations. So that's what I wanted, was a early small block car pre-1965 before the wide hips. I thought that, to me, that matched what I wanted. And he did an absolutely insane job on those rear fender flares and the front fender flares. Those are all made from scratch, which is absolutely insane. And obviously I have the Le Mans top, which is fitted. Looks incredible. And then we've got the rear trunk lid, which, because of the Le Mans top, obviously the trunk lid has to be split, because otherwise the trunk won't open. So I ordered the top and the trunk lid, the split trunk lid, from a gentleman named Mr. Bruce out in Pennsylvania. And it wasn't actually fitted to the car, so Jason had to do all that work himself to get those body lines to where they look the way they do, and they came out absolutely perfect. I mean, as you can see, even the inner panels, all grafted together, they look absolutely perfect. I even like how the front fender wells, the fender flares actually match the FIA cars, where they have the sort of mud flap incorporated into the front wheels. For the fender flares, they look absolutely insane. We'll take a look at the under the top. As you can see, all that is grafted in. It looks incredible. All right, so you're probably wondering what's like the major differences between this car and what you normally see in a kit car. So this is an ERA, obviously an ERA slab side kit. And what I mean by slab side is these fender flares did not come on the car. When I purchased it, it was literally a street original, one of the original 1962 to 1964 street cars, and they're referred to as slab side because they don't have fender flares, they're just flat from here and here. When you got into the later years and the grassroots racers and even the team cars started racing, they started putting wider tires on them, and for the wider tires, to meet regulation, they need to have the tires covered, so that means they need to have fender flares. So you'll see from 1964 below that you'll start to see that they're adding sort of these fender flares to cover the tires so they can meet regulation. So the thing about the fender flares is they're not standardized. So you didn't order them from the factory like that. You just ordered a slab side, and then because it was just thin aluminum, you just took a hammer and dolly and you just knock the aluminum out to cover the tires, and you're off to the races. So no two cars are alike when it comes to these type of the early car fender flare cars. No two of them are alike. This particular car was based off of CSX 2472, which is one of the later Dragon Snakes. There was only like 5 Dragon Snakes, and 2472 was the later Dragon Snake. And there was a lot, the individual that bought it did a lot of autocross with it and stuff like that. But anyway, that's what this particular car was originally based off of. Now 2472 didn't have a Le Mans top, but it did have the fender flares front and rear. So Jason ended up building those from scratch, and they came out absolutely perfect. It looks awesome. Now this is a 295 tire on the back and a 245 tire on the front. The tire on the back does stick out a little bit. I may drop down to a 275 tire, but I think once I adjust the suspension and do the camber and all those things, it's gonna match up perfect. So it's gonna be exactly what I want. Again, so the difference between the 289 and the big block cars, which is normally what you're gonna see with the kit car manufacturers, most of them go after the big block, they're called SC cars or semi-comp cars. The semi-comp cars have a hole cut out here for the side pipes. The front grille is a full oval instead of the half oval that's on the 289 cars. Obviously all the big block cars came with the full wide hips in the back, not the narrower slab side to it, small block car hips. So it'd be easy to tell a 289 from a 427 car, or an early 289 car from a 427 car. Most manufacturers today are only going to offer either the FIA 289 car, which will still have the half oval front, but it will have the wide hips similar to the 427 cars. The difference being that the FIA cars will actually have a cut back door. They call it a cut back door. It'll come around here because it accommodates for the whole fender is kicked out. So the doors had to be cut back to accommodate that. The 427 cars were not that way, but they still had the full wide hips. All in all, this car turned out beyond what I could have expected. It looks incredible. Obviously, next steps is to get the drivetrain in this thing and get it up and running. So next video should be that. Will be me trying to shoehorn that small block 363 and trim it TKX into this thing without marring the paint. So wish me luck. See you next time.